What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I saw that Crypt just dropped a new track yesterday, and I know some of you know who Crypt is. Some of you may not. He's a reactor slash rapper. I got into him through the reacting community. Never really dove into his music, so I'm actually kind of excited to see this, see what he's doing. I didn't not dive into his music because I don't rock with him now. I just really like his breakdowns of songs and reactions and things like that. So, we're going to jump into his music, see what Crypt is all about. If you like this content, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. Subscribe if you want to see more along the way. And without further ado, let's jump in and see what Crypt is talking about in his new track, Bad Friend.
2:30 in the morning and I get a text from my friend. She said I need you right now, and I already knew what that meant. See, me and this girl, we think alike. Too many phone calls spent for me to know she's thinking about her life and how it's gonna end. See, on the outside we're happy and we show it to the world, and we put on this fake exterior so the truth won't unfurl. But I know who she is, cause it's like looking in a mirror. All these smiles and cries for help, and it couldn't be any clearer. So I pick up the phone and call her as she answers through her cries. She's hyperventilating, telling me that she wants to die. My heart starts to race and my thoughts begin to blur. We're 9 hours.
Did not expect that we were gonna get into an emotional roller coaster with Crypt, but so far, I don't see a bad friend. I see a friend that answered the phone when someone needed him to call. You really, honestly and truly, nobody knows how the hell to deal with that situation until it actually happens. There's no book out there on how to handle a suicidal friend. There's just not. Some of them legitimately can't be helped. Most of them just need someone to talk to. So picking up the phone is a damn good start.
That she wants to die. My heart starts to race and my thoughts begin to blur. We're 9 hours apart, but I'm seconds from losing her. I try to calm her down and tell her what she means to me. Even though we're new friends, she's seen a side that no one sees. Told her, listen to my breaths, I'm right here, please breathe. You got so much left to do, stay here, don't leave. The cries got even louder as the breaths got short. I told her, listen to my words as I fell down to the floor. Stay with me, I'm here, let it out, it's okay. Just cry till you can't cry, no more tears down your face. A couple minutes.
Legitimately, I've lost a couple friends to suicide over the last... Sorry, knocked my mic all over the place. Over the last little bit of... Over the last year or so. At least 2. One the day before Christmas in his family home. If this doesn't touch you somewhere in your heart, you might not be human. Legit. I pray that if you haven't experienced this, you never have to.
Went by and the crying finally stopped, but not because she did, because the phone call dropped. I called her back quick, just hoping I'd hear hello, but I just kept getting met with the sounds of those dial tones. I froze. What do you do in that moment?
See?
Do you call the police, or do you hope that she's
Nobody
over?
knows
Get
what
a hold
to
of
do.
her parents and tell them the situation, just so they can pull her from college and end her aspirations. Leave it alone and hope it was just an escapade. Pray from a text from her in the morning saying that she's okay. Call anyone you know just to make sure that she's alive. Ignore it completely and pray to God that she survived. I let it go. She must have wanted to be alone. I guess that this was just...
And you know what? Legit, all of those things will run through your mind when you're thinking, what should I do? Maybe I'm just gonna escalate this situation and make it worse if I go to her family. Maybe they will, bring her back home and stop her from doing the things that she wants to do and stop her from living her own life. If I call the police, this could get escalated to a whole new level. She's how many hours away, he said, and the only thing you have is a phone. What do you do at that point? The only thing you can do is talk to that person. There's literally nothing else. If you know exactly where that person lives, you might be able to send some emergency services, But I see it all the time in these Marine groups online. All of my veteran brothers and sisters out there that are dealing with these depression and things like that. I see them all reaching out for help. And most of us, we all try to tackle it as fast as possible. As soon as we see someone needs help, there's 1,000 messages on that post trying to get that person help. But until you've actually experienced it, you have no flipping idea how to take care of it whatsoever. It could be the most confusing conundrum you'll ever experience in your life. So I can totally see where he's going in his mind with, well, I don't know what the hell I should do. You got to make a decision, but you don't know what decision to make. That's one of those things where you got to do the best that you can do.
She survived. I let it go. She must have wanted to be alone. I guess that this was just another one of her episodes. She never told no one about this depression she dealt with. And who was I to air out her secrets? That would be selfish. So I lay down in my bed and I rested my head. Closed my eyes and drifted peacefully to sleep. Then I dreamt that I would see her tomorrow and I would speak to her then. Till I was woken to several missed calls and texts that she's dead. My heart broke. She downed a bottle of pills. She took them shortly after our call ended, and it felt surreal. She was a friend of many, a student athlete at her school, a daughter, a sister, a very special jewel. At the funeral, they told us that no.
Each and every single person is special to somebody. You may feel worthless at times, but someone considers you valuable. Don't ever forget that. It might be a stranger that you've never met. Someone out there gives a damn about you. This is Crypt. I'm sorry for your loss, brother. That's tragic.
School, a daughter, a sister, a very special jewel. At the funeral, they told us that nobody had a clue that they could have saved her life. If only that they knew. And if someone at the funeral had ever felt depressed, to get some help so that your face won't ever end up in the press. There wasn't a dry face in the room. Only 22 years old. An entire life in front of her, and now she's laying there cold. If only I'd called someone, we wouldn't be here now, and nobody would be sad, and I wouldn't feel like I let her down. But that's not what happened, cause instead of going to bed, I called every person I knew to check to make sure you weren't dead. I stayed up 7 hours praying every second of it, just hoping to get a text saying that you weren't heaven sent, but then I got it.
Really flipped that one around on us, no?
You told me that I had no right and blocked me on everything, and we ain't talked since that night. Was I a bad friend? Options? I had none. I guess I'd rather be a bad friend than a sad one.
Legitimately at that point, hate me. Hate me if you want. Remember I said all of those different things can lead to an escalation of the situation. The decision that he made led to an escalation of the situation that the person wasn't happy with. It's a lot better to have a person not be happy with you than to have a dead friend. Totally awesome, blow your mind kind of track. Share this around because everyone out there knows somebody that's struggling with depression. Whether you know it or not, they're there. And just hearing something like this could spark something to where they need to talk to somebody, to where they reach out for help. We're gonna run this. Let's see if there's anything else past this. Directed, shot, and edited by Tommy Jackson. Phenomenal fucking job, Tommy. Indie Black Magic, lights, camera, action. Alright, this is Crypt's album. Looks like it's coming out on April 15th. Make sure you get over and get your pre-orders. Make sure you get it on order. Go over, show Crypt some love. I'll drop his link down in the description. If you like this content, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. Subscribe if you want to see more content. Reach out to your family and friends. Reach out to those people that you know are struggling. And just make sure they're okay. It's not fun to receive that phone call. And it's not fun to try to be the one that has to talk somebody down. But sometimes you're the only person that someone can turn to. Until next time, this is Highly Combustible signing out.